Good morning, everyone. October the 26th, 2015. Time to kick off another week's trading. Probably the biggest news hanging over the market this week is when will the Fed and Treasury be allowed to raise more money? The debt ceiling is under debate right now. The fix that takes it through March of 2017 is 1.9 trillion bucks. So all this talk about cutting the deficit down to only 600 billion or 700 billion or what it is baloney. It's $1 trillion plus each year, and that's the stuff that's out in the open, not the unfunded liabilities that they create at will, because nobody really tracks those. So here we are. If we come in and we take a look at the market, we do an M split up here. You can see that we're dealing with a move out of the 2828 area. So that's where pretty solid resistance is, and if you wanted to put a resting limit sell order out there, you'd have it at 2827. Right now, if we put all this together, we're looking at a B. No doubt about it. Volume is below time, so structurally the first trade up is a sell. And we have this low volume number at 3.5. So best support is going to be below 8, in my opinion. And I think the first trade is to get short and see if we can't take out 128.08. So our first sell is going to be 15 to 19, followed by 23 to 27. And I think everything's just going to hinge on the direction of the E-mini today. Stock markets around the world are mixed to off a little bit. The E-mini was off, I think, 2.5 points when I looked at it last this morning. I think we can go lower, so I'm going to put a question mark at 9. And we'll try to buy 1s to 5s. But it may take a 9 to get in. A lot of it's just dependent upon the E-mini's reaction. Then 25 to 29. We can be a little more aggressive to the buy side if the market does sell today because of the knob spread contraction. It's the same as it was on Friday's close, so not getting a lot of indication from the knob spread as to which way we will trade. Do have some news this morning. New home sales plus 549K. That number could come in higher than forecast. And one of the reasons for that is no matter what happens, that is the easiest number to jigger out of all the housing numbers that we get on a monthly basis. It's called smoothing or smoofing or spoofing. We know what number we need to get, and by golly, we're going to get it. So that's it kind of never changes, and it puts us in a position. You know, you sit back, well, who can you believe? And I think we're all kind of getting to the point is that you can't really believe much of anything that comes out of the governments these days. It's pretty self-serving. So we don't spend a lot of time worrying about that. We just follow the structure. Now, looking at this, the 30-year is telling us that we're going to get some weakness in the E-mini off the opening. So it's coming up, and we've got these single prints right here. And we've got this low over here at 57.25. So the sell is fairly aggressive, 15 to 19. It's where resistance is, sell 1. And then we're going to back it up to 27 to 31 for sell 2. Still dealing with a B. This market likes to retest resistance before it sells, so we'll see if that actually happens. On the buy side, bottom of value on Friday was in the 26 area. We're at 10, so we'll make 1 to 29 buy 1. It's going to lean against support, and then 17 to 21 buy 2. Even though I think the market's going to sell this morning, or it's set up to sell, it doesn't mean the bottom's going to fall out of it, because interest rates are low and the economies around the globe are contracting right now. And no matter how rosy a picture our Fed paints, our economic numbers get weaker each month. And the worst one is the consumer spending has started to really move lower. Gold was up a little bit when I looked this morning. Up a bit more off that screen. So we got a buyer against 60, and we definitely have a seller against 80, and that's where we find ourselves right now. So we got this low volume area at 70. So 69 to 71, sell one. Let them get stops above the overnight session high. And then got this high volume number at 77, so 75, 77 will be sell two. On the buy side, 60 to 62. And our 55, 57. Dollar's down for a couple of days, euro's up, euro's down for a couple of days, dollar's up. It just seems like it goes back every other day with these currencies as they work their trading ranges too. They're pretty good at doing that. And I don't expect that to change. The markets are in a trading range because of central bank policy around the globe. I do like the short side better just because it is what the European Union wants. So this 50 area is a sell. One. Then we have this spill from basically 80, so 75 will be sell two. On the buy side, this 110 area, plus or minus. And then 75 for buy two. Okay, crude was pretty quiet over the weekend, not a lot going on. At the end of last week, Qatar, or Qatar as some people pronounce, and I'd forget what is the correct pronunciation, said they're going to send troops to Syria. They're not going to let Russia, Iran, Syria rule. ISIS, by golly, will be backed. And you know, if you really wanted to clean up all the terror problems around the world, you would produce all the energy you could domestically. And I know there's all sorts of conspiracy theories out there about that, but the fastest, cleanest way to clean up the Middle East, put Russia in their spot, and the rest of it, just produce all the oil and natural gas and all the energy that you can in the United States. And let them figure out how to live without all this extra money to send to terrorists to keep them out of our own country, to keep their governments as they are. Don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, though. Okay, 45, 45 and a quarter, sell one on crude. And then 45, 50 to 75, sell two. Pretty good selling into 46. That's where we have it. And then I imagine we're going to head a little lower. So 44, 44 and a quarter gets stops beneath that low the other day. Give it time to get stops below 44 and then come back up, and then 43, 25, 43 and a quarter. Buy two. And to the E-mini. Big day, usually you get it one day up, then a little bit of selling, and then comes back. The market is still pointed higher as long as we stay above 2050. Really above 1985, this market can move. Now, these high volume numbers, without news, resting limit buys and sells against a high volume number is the safest place to have a resting limit buy or a resting limit sell. And you can see this this morning. You see where the Globex high was against the high volume numbers. So we've got resistance at 65 to 70, and then basically 75, and then got pretty good support in the 50 to 55 area, and we're at 63 right now. So on the buy side, this 50 to 55 area would be ideal. Let them get stops below 50. And starting off, it's going to be 65 to 70 on the sell side. And selling against that high volume number right there would be the best place to do it. And then 74, 79. This market doesn't need anything other than trader buying to go higher. We're going to put a question mark at 60, this area right in here. That might be where we have to engage the market from the long side first. This market makes you pay up early in the session to get in. And we had this breakout down here at 48. So there's a lot of stuff that comes together at 50 that says that might be pretty good support, this 50 to 55 area. We got that low. We've got these single prints. We got this last rotate down in Q period held against 50. And then our second buy will be the 40 to 45 area. Not much in the way of news today. New home sales, say 550,000. I love it. They came in 549. That's a pretty sharp pencil, isn't it? And it's the easiest number to manipulate. And then Dallas Fed -6. It was -8 last month. And that's it for the AM summary. I will be back with you as quick as possible.